Yo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. Open conversation today. Give me a buzz. The number to dial into is the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593. I am looking forward to chatting with you. A number of things on my topic list. And again, it's just my list. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz. We'll talk about that as well. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks & Baugh's Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Gary's Auto Sales, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. All righty. So, last week, the House voted to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies for 3 years. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that will add $80.6 billion to the deficit over the next decade, so roughly $8 billion a year. It goes to the Senate now for their approval or working on some kind of compromise. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see here. What else is going on? Also in the House, Representative Brian Steele, he's Republican from Wisconsin, is introducing legislation that, if passed and signed into law, would ban all members of Congress, their spouses, and dependent children from trading in the stock market for the entirety of that member's time in office. So what do you think about that one? This is, we've kind of talked about this a little bit in the past of how it is that so many members of Congress become millionaires on a salary that's less than $200,000 a year. So let's chat about that one and see what you think about it. Also in the House, another Republican from Florida, this one Representative Randy Fine, he too is introducing legislations that would authorize the president to take such steps as may be necessary to acquire Greenland and set a pathway to becoming part of the United States. So Marco Rubio, our Secretary of State, is to meet with Denmark officials later this week to discuss Greenland. So your thoughts on all of that? Let's see, what else is on my list here? A new Gallup survey says 45% of Americans now identify themselves as independent voters. 27% identify as Republican, 27% identify as Democrat. Of those of the 45% that identify as independent, this is a little misleading of how this was worded, but 20% lean Democrat, 15% lean Republican, and 10% said they don't lean either direction. So the shifting landscape of American politics, huh? All right. Also, I've never been on a cruise. I have no desire, really, to go on a Caribbean cruise. Let's put it that way, or any kind of ocean cruise, whether transatlantic or up to Alaska. I really don't have a desire for that. When it comes to cruises, I'd much prefer to do a like a river cruise. But anyway, for those of you that have taken ocean cruises, you seem to every year we seem to hear news about a cruise ship that becomes a floating sickbed, so to speak. Holland of America Cruise Lines. They just finished up a cruise in the Caribbean with over 3,500 passenger crew on board, where 90 passengers and crew came down with a virus, the norovirus. And you hear this so often anymore. Does that, and some nasty, side effects and symptoms of it, won't go into that. Hearing all of this, does it bother you? Does it keep you from going on more cruises if you've been on a cruise, or if you've never been but want to? Is this kind of making you think twice before you do? I'm just curious. Having never been on a cruise, I don't know whether it's worth it. It seems to me if you're on a ship with 3,500 people, I don't know how fun that would be, quite frankly. Anyway, let me know what you think on that. All right, so New York City, we all know, or most of us do anyway, that Zoran Mondani was sworn in as New York City's newest mayor back on New Year's Day. He is a self-described Democrat socialist. He wants to do a bunch of things that, in my opinion, really are non-American, but New York City voted for him. So there is pending legislation in New York City. Now, this legislation, it passed city council in 2025 when Eric Adams was still mayor. Eric Adams vetoed this. It's called the Community Opportunity to Purchase Act. So as I mentioned, Eric Adams vetoed it. Mondani is being urged to resurrect this legislation, see if it'll pass again, and have him sign it. Let me know what you think on this. If passed and signed into law, what it would do if you are a landlord, okay, and you own an apartment building that has 4 or more rooms or apartments in it to rent, and you decide you want to sell. Well, you can't just call up a real estate agent and say, hey, put this on the market. I want to sell it for X amount of dollars. No. You have to reach out to nonprofits and give them the first right of refusal to purchase your building. And you have to give them 45 days to consider whether or not they want to put an offer in on your apartment. And once they do say, yeah, we're going to put in an offer, they have 90 days to do that. They have 90 days. And if there are matching bids, then I'm sorry, and if somebody wins, well, you have to wait another 15 days in case somebody wants to match it. So you're looking at 150 days before you sell the property. Does this sound right to you? You can't go to an independent, you can't go to a private buyer and sell to him. You have to go through this process that would allow nonprofits to buy it. Meanwhile, you're waiting half a year, essentially, before you get to do anything. Does that sound American to you at all? So let me know what you think about that. Finally, you heard TJ bring this up. The stage is set for the NCAA College Football Championship. The game is next Monday down in Miami. It will be the Indiana Hoosiers, the number one ranked team in the country, going against the Miami Hurricanes. So your picks on that game here. Miami won a very close-fought battle in their semifinal game against Missouri. I get the other team mixed up here. As I look that up real quick, I will come back and say Indiana absolutely dominated Oregon. Ole Mississippi. I'm sorry, is who Miami played. Ole Miss. So should be a good game. It's going to be interesting to see with Miami basically a home game. Indiana destroying literally their opponents throughout the whole playoff season here. And I don't know if you watched the game the other night. In Georgia, it looked like a sea of red. That's how many Indiana fans went to Georgia for that. It looked like literally there was no Oregon fans in the stadium. That's how much red there was. So Indiana's going to travel well to that game, even though it's a Miami essentially home game on that. And then tonight, the Steelers host the Houston Texans. The winner of this game travels to New England to take on the Patriots next weekend, as the NFL is working through their playoff process leading up to the Super Bowl. So that's pretty much on my list here today. If there's something else you want to chat about, by all means, give me a buzz. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. The WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line is 724-438-4593. It is a beautiful day outside, although a bit chilly at 32 degrees and a bit of a wind at times, which makes it colder out there. But nonetheless, it is beautiful, nice blue sky, sun's shining brightly. So I hope you're able to bundle up and get outside and enjoy some fresh air today. I walked over here today to the studio. It wasn't too bad being out there in the cold. So I'm looking forward to walking back afterwards as well. So there you go, 724-438-4593. It's break time. Both lines are open, so no waiting. Give me a call, and we'll chat right after this.
Hey love, I'm Tiffany from Tiffany Smith Fine Art Studios, serving up confidence boosts in Periopolis in our brand new luxury studio in downtown Pittsburgh. I'm not just here to take your picture, I'm here to help you remember who you are. Whether it's been a wild few years or you're just feeling a little blah, this is your permission slip to feel powerful again. You'll laugh, maybe cry, and leave feeling like that girl. Book your experience at TiffanySmithFineArtStudios.com because you deserve to be seen.
For professional cleaning services, Clean and Shine in New Stanton is the place for you. They provide commercial and residential cleaning, porter services, carpet cleaning, stripping and waxing, construction cleanups, and car cleaning. For free estimates, call 724-691-0413, email info@cleanandshine14.org, or visit their website, cleanandshine14.org. We clean so you can shine.
It's a new day at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, and we're bringing a new level of quality healthcare to our community. From primary care to specialty services, our team has always put patients first. And now, thanks to our merger with WVU Medicine, our commitment to patient-centered care has grown even stronger. With new resources, a growing staff, and advanced technology, our team is here to provide you with top-quality care when it matters most. Discover the new Uniontown Hospital and see how we've grown.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. Open conversation, 724-438-4593. Apparently, Masontown, their council has reversed their decision to furlough the police department and has reinstated everybody. So your thoughts on that? Don't know the exact reason. I'm imagining that there was a big enough outcry from the residents of Masontown that got the council to rethink their position on that. I know there was also a lot of stuff concerning transparency, is that there was no public input, really, leading up to all of this. So was that the main reason, or was it the residents saying, well, both? no input, and we want our police. Was it a combination of the two? Was it one? Was it the other? And if it was lack of transparency, well, is the possibility still there to, in the future, furlough everybody once there has been further discussion? So your thoughts on all of that as well. 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, my name's John.
Hey, John.
Hey, I used to buy the Herald Standard, but I haven't been buying it because there ain't really not new anymore. They don't even put the obituaries in there no more. Wonder why they took them out.
Maybe people stopped dying, John. I don't know.
I don't know. I know they ain't been in there for a while now, so I haven't been buying the newspaper.
You know what? I don't know. You know what? Ever since it started coming in the mail, I said no. That's it. No more. You know, because my mail doesn't come until 4:30, and by then, you know.
Yep.
So I know the paper just arrived here about a half hour ago at the station. So my last break, I'll track it down and see if there are any obits in it. I don't know.
Yeah, because they used to have them on the front page, you know, how you can read them. They tell you to go to a section, I think it's like...
Well, you know, okay, so let me back up then here a little bit. I think the obits themselves are still there, and I'll go find out. It's just that little index on the front page that you're talking about. They've got
because I never picked it up to not look at it, but I know they ain't on the front page anymore.
Yeah, so my guess is that the obits themselves are on the inside someplace. And again, I'll look at the excuse me. I'll go look at the paper on my next break. Just to see for sure on that. But yeah, you know what's the purpose of getting rid of that little index? You know? Of course, maybe they figured, you know, the paper consists of 8 pages anyway, so why?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You go through all 10 pages in 20 seconds. And so you'll know whether the obits are in there or not.
Yeah, and then they raised the price.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. You know, we look at the fact that the Post-Gazette now has said they're going to cease operations altogether come May. I don't know. Is it fair to say we at least have a paper here in Uniontown? Does that even count? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know.
All right, well, that's all I wanted to call and say.
Well, maybe Bob Nutting will buy the Post-Gazette and bring that back as a 10-page paper. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
All righty?
All right, have a good day.
You too, John. Thanks for your call. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
724-438-4593. Yeah, what do you think about the Post-Gazette shutting down operations? Early May is their last publication. I forget the exact date. So, we have it down here unless you go to a convenience store. You don't see the Post-Gazette. You know, they got rid of home delivery. It's only a few select places that, you know, convenience stores that bring in the Post-Gazette. So, for all intent and purposes, we haven't had the Post-Gazette in Fayette County for years. So, are we really going to miss the Post-Gazette? I understand why the Post-Gazette is closing up operations. The profit is no longer there. You know, the readership has dropped drastically. They had already trimmed back the number of days of publication. They did that a couple years ago. But, ad revenue has declined. Readership has declined. And I think both of those, they're kind of tied together. And also, same reasoning. A lot of younger folks get their news off the internet. They don't buy the newspapers anymore. They get their news off the internet and from many, many different sources. So there's part of the circulation problem, readership problem right there. Along with that, companies seeing that papers don't have the reach, the readership that they used to, they're spending their ad money elsewhere. And they're doing that on the internet as well. So, newspaper, a couple things. Lack of readership, circulation down, so they're not getting income that way. And ads, because readership is down, they're losing ad revenue from that reasoning, and also because revenue being shifted to the internet. Is this the way major newspapers are heading? Unless they have a bigger population to draw from, maybe. I don't know. So what do you think there? Are newspapers in this country going to become few and far between? Do you, if you are a reader of newspapers, do you now subscribe to somebody else? Whether it's the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Times, Washington Post, the LA Times, the New York Post. And because I do know those have subscription services where it is mailed to you, but you're getting that news a day late at the best that way. So I don't know. What are your thoughts when it comes to newspapers and their demise? So 724-438-4593. So I mentioned 2 football games. One's tonight, one's next Monday night. Who are your picks? Steelers-Texans tonight. Indiana-Miami next Monday. Well, who are your picks for that? Or do you just not care? So we got a caller on line 2. We're going to find out. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hi, Russ. I just called to tell you that's a pretty good idea why they don't put the obituaries on the front page anymore. Because everybody that goes by in a store or a gas station, they'll pick the paper up and look at the front page to see who died.
Yeah.
And they won't pick it up and go through, 5, 6 pages to look for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, unless it's somebody they know, then they'll buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's why I think that's why they do that.
Okay. Who am I talking to here?
This is Sam.
Hey, Sam.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Anything else going on? Nope, guess not. All right, thanks, Sam. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey, both lines are open. Give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. So, again, Steelers-Houston Texans tonight. What are your predictions on that game? And then the NCAA championship game next week. Now, I'll tell you, I'm an Indiana fan. It's a school both my parents went to. Lived in Indiana for about a year and a half. But both my parents' families are from Indiana, so a lot of relatives back there still. So yeah, I'm rooting for Indiana. And I think they're going to win too. Just the way they've been playing is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And plus, we've got the southwestern Pennsylvania connection there with the head coach, Mr. Signetti there. So, yeah, I'm going for Indiana on that one. Steelers tonight. Well, of course I'm rooting for the Steelers to win. Absolutely. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. I'm not. I want them to win. I hope they'll win. But I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not. So, what are your thoughts on all of that? 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. No waiting. Apparently, it looks like we might have some more snow in our forecast here. Major storm is starting to brew. That's really going to, Chicago to the ocean and as far south as maybe North Carolina getting hit with snow. Too early to say how much snow will get impacted by. But things are firming up. Right now they're talking Thursday on and it has to do with El Nino, or is it El Nino? One of the two. La Nina? One of the two. So, weather patterns and all of that. So, I'll tell you what, it's been, so far, we have gotten more snow, and I don't have any scientific proof to back this up. I don't have statistics in front of me, but it seems anyway, we've got more snow in the last month and a half than we did all last winter and maybe for several winters. Not combined, but, individually. So it's been fun. How's the skiing been? How's Seven Springs holding up for you, for those of you that like to go skiing? Seven Springs, the Wisp. How's the snow holding up for those places? And are you getting some nice runs in? So, okay, there's something else we can chat about. So let's go back here to Representative Randy Fine from Florida, who's introducing legislation authorizing the president to take such steps as may be necessary to acquire Greenland. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about that? If now the president has blustered about taking it by force. Well, I'm totally against that. Absolutely, I'm against taking Greenland by force. However, if through negotiations a treaty can be reached that both sides are happy with, hey, acquiring Greenland would be great. And I understand the reasoning behind it. Having to do with national security, really, is what it boils down to. What do you think? What do you think? If we can get Greenland through negotiations, through a treaty, or even if it's a long-term, we'll say kind of like Guantanamo Bay, where a 100-year treaty that allows us to build a military installation on Greenland. Would you be okay with that? What do you think? What do you think about Greenland being an actual territory, possibly even the 51st state? Who the heck knows? That's way down the line. Or just a military alliance with the country of Denmark. So 724-438-4593. We'll add that onto the talking points here as well. It's about 10 minutes to the hour, so CBS News is coming up shortly. But before that happens, I got to take a little break. And so that's what we're going to accomplish right about now. When we come back, both lines open, 724-438-4593.
Hey everyone, this is Josh Krysak here letting you know that it's not too late to purchase a shed, carport, or building due to the cold weather that's upon us. Ron from Ultimate Structures will explain.
Here at Ultimate Structures, we go full-time, year-round to service our customers. Don't let the cold weather discourage you from purchasing the storage building for your needs. Our manufacturers and installation crews keep chugging through the cold weather. There may be minor delays due to snow and ice, but you can be assured every attempt will be made to get your building up and ready to protect your valuables.
That is great news to hear, Ron. Our listeners can still purchase a shed, carport, garage, or building to fit their needs.
Customers can call me anytime to discuss their needs at 724-557-3281. That's 724-557-3281. We can sit down and design what you desire. Come out to our mega lot to view models to fulfill your dreams. We are Ultimate Structures, satisfying Fayette County customers since 2007.
Oak Pizza in downtown Uniontown is your one-stop shop for the most unique pizzas in the region. From the masterminds behind the Fat Angelo's franchise, Oak Pizza is the laboratory where the Fat Angelo's food scientists test their creations and let you be the judge. With traditional favorites like pepperoni and buffalo chicken pizzas to more experimental offerings like the sesame seed-infused Mad Pie or the spicy chicken pickle pizza, Oak has you covered. Order today at oakpizzas.com or by calling 724-439-5805. Your taste buds will thank you.
We have your gifts to celebrate love, birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions, or all the above. Things that go bling, earring pendants and rings, all types of handbags, crossbodies, concealed carry, and slings, Western Southwest, boots, hats, and more, silver Zapata jewelry, fun fashion turquoise. It's a staple in our store. Strap, 34 South Street in downtown Uniontown, located in the rear of the State Farm Building, 724-557-6184. We value your shopping experience here with us at Strap, so come on in, sit a spell, enjoy a refreshment, and a bag of peanuts. Strap, 724-557-6184. We're open Tuesday to Friday, 11 to 5, and Saturdays, 10 to 3. Convenient street parking right in front of our shop. You're sure to adore us, and you'll love our prices. Shop small, shop Strap.
Black and gold up on their feet, terrible towels swirling.
When you listen here, you get all the excitement of Steelers football.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Rob King brings you the play-by-play along with Max Starks and Missy Matthews.
Where would you rather be?
The only place to be on game day is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The AFC North champion Steelers are home for a wild card playoff game against the Houston Texans. Monday night kickoff at 8:15 on your Steelers station, WMBS.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It's open conversation. So, and both lines are open. So give me that phone call, 724-438-4593. So let me see what else is going on here tonight. Well, we got high school basketball brought to you by the C. Harper Auto Group. Tonight, we've got Geibel taking on Sierra Catholic in girls basketball. That's going to be on YouTube video and on radio as well. Pre-game starts at 5:15 for that. And then, of course, here you've got on WMBS the Houston and Pittsburgh NFL playoff game. That's tonight as well. So right here on your hometown station. So looking forward to all of that, huh? Okay. Oh, excuse me. What do you? I want to. I mentioned Greenland, so also I want to come back to the other proposed legislation in Congress banning members from playing the stock market. So, one of the things that Republicans look back at is Nancy Pelosi has become in her 30 years of public service in the House, has gone from, a little bit of money to multi-millionaire. Yeah, I forget what the latest numbers have her at. And she and her husband's a businessman. So, and Nancy claims that, well, she doesn't do the stock trading. It's her husband. Yeah, but how often did she go back and tell him about that day's behind door testimony that you and I aren't privy to? So that's what this law is meant to address. So your thoughts about that. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
A few things are on my mind.
Yes.
I would like to be able to follow Nancy Pelosi's market expertise, so I would.
Yeah. Well, who am I chatting with first off?
This is Sherry.
Hey, Sherry. Well, actually, and I don't know the web address, but apparently there is a web page devoted to following Nancy Pelosi's stock trades. So you too can follow along and do what she does.
The only thing is, she's got that extra. She's there a little bit ahead of everybody else.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I called to talk about Greenland.
Yes.
I would really enjoy seeing us have some kind of power in there, even if it's just a military base, because in a fiction book, a spy fiction I read, it talked about the possibility of the new types of submarines the Russians have, being able to get through there to a place where when we could finally detect them from our country, that they were close enough that they could set off nuclear arms.
Okay.
And then there was also a series on TV about, I would think it was called The Ambassador, and that was a big part of the backstory of that how important Greenland was to our national security.
Okay.
But they also have a abundance of those minerals that are now needed for technology.
Gotcha. Okay.
That China has been curtailing our access to. So, yeah, Greenland would be a really good thing to have access to.
Okay. So, would you be willing, if President Trump decided to go in with force, to take it? Are you okay?
I'm not okay with that.
Okay. Neither am I. I would, yes. To me, if it's going to get done, it needs to be done through negotiation.
Yeah, it would definitely be beneficial for us.
Okay.
And if you look at it, how we go, actually the rest of the world goes. So what's beneficial for us does trickle down to the rest of the world. Okay, so the third thing I wanted to talk about was the mayor up there in New York City.
Okay.
I do not understand why the council would want to put that ruling through on the landlords. Where are they thinking it's beneficial?
Mondami is all about equality, basically, and bringing down the cost of living. in New York City. So the idea being if a nonprofit has it, that they'll charge a lot less on rent than somebody, a traditional landlord. And with that, Sherry, I got to run. I've got CBS News in about 10 seconds here, but thank you for your call. This is WMBS Uniontown. CBS is up next, followed TJ with the local news. And at the tone, it's going to be 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
If the probe compromises the credibility and independence of the DOJ.
Of course not. No, they're doing their job. I mean, if the investigation is warranted, then they have to play that out.
And he rejected claims that the investigation represents political weaponization.
I have not reviewed his testimony, so I'm not sure, but that's not really my lane. We'll have to see what happens, but I was a little busy over the weekend, so I haven't seen the videos.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
3 former Fed chairs and other former economic officials are rebuking the Justice Department for launching the investigation into Powell, and Republican Senator Tom Tillis says he won't confirm any Fed pick until the DOJ probe is resolved. The future of Affordable Care Act subsidies is in the air after the House voted for a 3-year extension last week. Yesterday, President Trump said he might veto the extension. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns.
Those subsidies have already expired. Premiums have already risen for those on the exchanges and, quite frankly, around the healthcare system. But there is a group of bipartisan senators working with House members to come up with something that could pass both chambers. And that's the key here.
Senate has yet to schedule its vote. Thousands protest in Iran over the government as a violent government crackdown is underway, and there are reports of hundreds of demonstrators killed. President Trump says he will retaliate against the Iranian government if it continues to kill protesters. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
The U.S. military is obviously quite powerful, but that also raises the specter of potential Iranian retaliation. The Iranians have already threatened to do that if the U.S. strikes, and they said that they could strike on U.S. assets or even possibly U.S. allies.
A White House official confirms that Venezuelan opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado will meet with President Trump at the White House on Thursday. Greenland rejects President Trump's latest threat to take it by force if it cannot be bought.
Greenland's government has just said it will not accept a U.S. takeover under any circumstance. And the semi-independent Danish island says it will work to develop its defense under NATO, of which it is a member. Last week, 6 NATO member states affirmed they backed Danish resistance to a U.S. takeover of Greenland.
A suspect is in custody after a fire badly damaged the only synagogue, Temple Beth Israel, in Jackson, Mississippi. CBS's Jason Allen.
The fire department told CBS News it is partnering with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives and the FBI, which is investigating the possibility of a hate crime.
This is CB.
Follow and listen to CBS Mornings on the go on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
hi, come on in. How are you?
For personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org.
Or serving number 3,940.
Another chance to win big with WMBS and the PA Lottery is going on now through January 31st. Just be the 6th caller to 724-438-4593 when you hear and win $30, $1, $500 a week for life PA Lottery scratch-off tickets. With the Pennsylvania Lottery's new $500 a week for life scratch-off, the $500 just doesn't happen this week. It happens week after week after week. Benefits older Pennsylvanians. Must be 18 years or older. Please play responsibly.
California is threatening to revoke the licenses of drivers caught going over 100 miles per hour. CBS's Michael Wallace.
The new program will refer those speeders to California's Department of Motor Vehicles, which will review the incident and the driver's record. It could suspend or revoke the speeder's license even without a conviction. CHP Sergeant Daniel Keene.
It's not worth your license. It's not worth your life.
nothing is worth going 100 miles an hour.
These Californians approve of the idea.
It would be nice to just have safer roads.
It just makes perfect sense. There's no reason somebody needs to go that fast.
Last year, the CHP cited 18,000 drivers for going over 100. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Authorities in Pakistan say the bride and groom are among at least 8 people killed while at a home to celebrate their wedding yesterday in Islamabad. Police say a gas cylinder exploded, causing part of the house to collapse and damaging others nearby. 7 people were injured, and officers are still investigating that blast. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
And good afternoon. It's 2:05. It is sunny and 34 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Injured, call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. Sports and weather follow the news. First responders were on the Monongahela River Saturday. In a social media post, the Ross Draver Township Fire Department said it was assisting the Denora Fire Company with the search on the river. Ross Draver reportedly provided water rescue resources to search the area and used a thermal imaging drone. Officials say that they were unable to locate a person in distress. The Denora Fire Company later said the report was determined to be unfounded. Gas prices are 2 cents higher in western Pennsylvania this week at $3.12 a gallon. That's according to AAA. In Uniontown, it is $3.15, Washington $3.08, Greensburg $3.12, and Pittsburgh $3.10. As the new year continues, the national average has dropped 2 cents over the past week to $2.79. The last time the national average for a gallon of regular was this low was back in March of 2021. Crude oil prices remain relatively unchanged from the end of 2025 and unaffected amid questions about Venezuela's impact on the oil market. Currently, the global oil supply is strong as OPEC Plus, the coalition of oil exporting countries, says it's not planning any production hikes in the first quarter of 2026 due to lower demand. Today's national average is 14 cents lower than a month ago and 27 cents less than a year ago. Dina Powell McCormick, the wife of Pennsylvania U.S. Senator Dave McCormick, is Meta's new president and vice chairman. The Facebook parent company announced her appointment today, making a person with Pittsburgh ties a central decision maker for one of the country's largest tech firms. She was previously on Meta's board of directors, where she's been engaged in the pursuit of highly advanced artificial intelligence. Instagram is denying reports that their platform has had a breach in security. Rory O'Neill will tell us more.
According to Malwarebytes, some Instagram users are being asked to reset their passwords because cyber criminals hacked over 17 million accounts. Instagram's parent company, Meta, was a bit vague when it said that it, quote, fixed an issue that let an external party request password emails for some people, unquote. To protect online privacy, it is recommended that users regularly update their passwords on all apps and websites. I'm Rory O'Neill.
WMBS time is 2:08. Sports and weather after this.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
Be prepared for bone-chilling winter weather. Have Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning install a Bryant high-efficiency furnace in your home to replace that old worn-out system you now have. Choose Bryant's Plus 90 gas furnace or other quality heating system to keep yourself and your family warm and toasty this winter. Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning will also keep your present furnace running at peak efficiency with their 15-point safety check and cleaning. Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning today for your appointment. 724-439-2323. That's Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, tonight's a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS. We have girls action as Geibel will visit Sarah Catholic. The Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show is at 5:15. Tip-off is at 6. We'll have it on the radio as well as video coverage on the WMBS YouTube page. Following high school basketball, the stage turns to the Steelers as they'll host the Houston Texans at Acrisure Stadium tonight in the wild card round of the playoffs. The winner will be playing in New England on Sunday against the Patriots. Pre-game 7:30, kickoff 8:15 tonight on WMBS. And former Pirates pitcher Dave Justy died at the age of 86 on Sunday, the team announced today. Justy won the 1971 World Series with the Pirates and spent 7 of his 15 MLB seasons in Pittsburgh.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
The Weather Watch is being brought to you by State Farm agent Nathan Ferguson. Call Nate at 724-438-7611 for life, home, car insurance, and more. Get a free quote now.
Mostly sunny the rest of the afternoon, 37, clear 29 tonight, and partly cloudy 52 tomorrow. Right now, mostly sunny and 34 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios at 2:11 on this Monday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, it's hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes here on WMBS.
The Weather Watch has been brought to you by State Farm agent Nathan Ferguson. Nate is there for you. Call 724-438-7611 for life, home, car insurance, and more.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Monday is another CR Auto Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS. Join us for WPIL High School Girls Basketball action as the Geibel Gators travel to Sarah Catholic to take on the Eagles. I'm Brian Morozak. Tony Hinola will join me to bring you all the exciting play-by-play action. Our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show starts at 5:15 with the opening tip-off between the Eagles and the Gators set for 6 o'clock, and we'll have a live video stream on the WMBS YouTube page. That's WPIL Girls High School Basketball action. Geibel at Sarah, Monday at 6 here on WMBS.
Okay, my New Year's resolution was to listen to my body, and my body says it's tired, coughing, and hates January.
Sounds like your body wants MontyMed same-day care.
I tried ignoring it. That was resolution number 2.
Let me guess, you Googled it?
Yeah, now I'm scared.
Let's not do that. I'm Kendall Soliero, a provider at Montgomery Medical. Walk in, get real answers, and start feeling better. No appointment needed.
Wow, a resolution I can actually keep.
New year, same germs. Walk into Montgomery Medical today.
Take the fact book.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? Fact, Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. Fact, your community, your connection.
Having Hicks & Buzz Drugstore in Uniontown means reliability, quality, and service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller gladly answer healthcare questions and take care of your prescription needs. Hicks & Buzz also offers free prescription delivery, mail-out service for snowbirds, and dependable courteous service, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Hicks & Buzz Drugstore, 304 Morgantown Street, phone 724-437-2828. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday till 3, closed Sunday at Hicks & Buzz Drugstore of Uniontown.
It's a new day at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, and we're bringing a new level of quality healthcare to our community. From primary care to specialty services, our team has always put patients first. And now, thanks to our merger with WVU Medicine, our commitment to patient-centered care has grown even stronger. With new resources, a growing staff, and advanced technology, our team is here to provide you with top-quality care when it matters most. Discover the new Uniontown Hospital and see how we've grown.
Your local station, WMVS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm your host, Russ Rhodes. We're going to continue with the open conversation. 724-438-4593. That's the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. So looking forward to chatting with you. Give me a call. Both lines are open. While you're dialing, I'll remind everybody that What's on Your Mind brought to you by Bright Stripes, Seal Coating, and Line Striping, Red Rooster, Dumpster and Hauling, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, K2 Engineering, Gary's Auto Sales, Hicks and Baugh's Drugstore, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, and Tireman's Auto Garage. Just to recap some of my talking points, and again, they're just mine. If you want to chat about something else, by all means, give me a buzz. We'll chat about that as well. The House voted last week to put a 3-year extension on the Affordable Care Act subsidies. The Congressional Budget Office estimates it'll add $80.6 billion to the deficit over the next 10 years, over the next 10 years, 1 decade. It goes to the Senate for them to vote on or to come up with their own version of an extension. They could do nothing, by the way, or come to an agreement with the House on something totally different. So that's where that stands. Representative Randy Fine has introduced legislation in the House to authorize the president to take such steps as may be necessary to acquire Greenland. So your thoughts on that? A Gallup survey says 45% of Americans identify as independent now, 27% Republican, 27% Democrat, and of those that identify as independent, 20% are leaning Democrat. Actually, I guess that would probably be, 40% leaning Democrat on that. Okay, let me see here. What else? Another representative, Brian Steele from Wisconsin, he too has introduced legislation that would ban members of Congress, their spouses, and dependent children from trading in the stock market for the length of their time in Congress. So your thoughts on that? New York City is debating, considering trying to establish the Community Opportunity to Purchase Act again. It passed last year but was vetoed by then Mayor Eric Adams. So current Mayor Zohran Mamdani is talking about resurrecting that legislation. We got the Steeler game tonight, the NCAA championship game next Monday night we can chat about. And also the Supreme Court today is hearing arguments on biological males competing in women's and girls sports. At the heart of the matter is both states of West Virginia and Idaho introduced their own legislation banning biological biological males from competing in girls or women's sports. The ACLU sued. Lower courts overturned those laws. The states then have gone to the Supreme Court asking their opinion about that. So I'm asking your opinion. Should biological males be forbidden from competing in girls or women's sports? So 724-438-4593. Let's get the phones going. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, Mark.
I'm just sitting here. I just finished off some Sunday's clam shrimp linguine, enjoying a nice glass of red wine.
All righty.
I got a few topics I guess I can bring up.
Okay.
Of course, the most important is how the Steelers are going to win tonight.
All right.
You know,
are they?
We're up against the toughest defense in the NFL. They've allowed the fewest points scored.
Right.
I think we'll have to turn into a defensive battle, hopefully, because their offense isn't that great either.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can turn to close defensive struggle, and then maybe Boswell could win in the fourth quarter with a late field goal. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I think they might be able to win.
All righty.
You know.
All right.
But like I said, they're the number one defense. They've won 9 games in a row too. They're on a streak. We could be facing the toughest team in the NFL right now.
Maybe.
So if we get past them, maybe we might have a chance.
Who knows,
I mean, we get,
I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the old adage, any given Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Or in this case, any given Monday.
Yeah, maybe Roger can pull a rabbit out hat for us. I mean, 40-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's possible.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Now this is just speculation, but about Greenland, Europe let itself get invaded. Okay, Russia went into Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Now they did spend a lot of money, but they didn't send any soldiers to fight, did they?
Who? Greenland?
None. No, I meant Europe. They didn't send one of their nationals to go fight in Ukraine. They sent money, but they never.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of wondering. Suppose Russia and China got together and invaded Greenland. Who was supposed to go up there and stop them?
Good point. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And even if we did invoke the NATO Charter, the United States wouldn't have to do 90% of the fighting anyway.
Well, yes, but wouldn't be in it alone, though. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, okay. What about Nancy Pelosi? Oh, yeah. It's amazing, Russ. When she became Speaker of the House, her husband certainly turned into a financial genius with the real estate and the stocks, man. He really did. He knew he knew where to invest his money, what stock to buy, what stock to sell, what piece of property to pick up. 'Cause he knew money was going to be spent in that area, man.
Yes. Yeah. I know. So I hope this law passes. I really do.
I don't know. Russ, how many laws can we make?
I hear you. Well, just the way human beings are, we're going to find a way around stuff. So, but, I don't know the extent of this law. I don't know if, can you put it into a mutual fund where, you really don't have any say into what that fund does. You put your trust in the managers to invest wisely for you. So are you allowed to do that? As opposed to, I'm going to buy, 10,000 shares of company XYZ.
Yeah.
Different from, here's $10,000 for my mutual fund to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which gets spread out over how many? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but Russ, it's so un-American not to let somebody make a buck.
Yeah. Yeah, and just as long as it's fair, and I don't think it's fair when it comes to politicians. So, alrighty. All right.
Okay, Russ, that's all I got for today.
Okay, Mark, thanks for your call.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yes, my name is May, and
hi, May.
I'd like to know if you know anything about the no tax on Social Security and no tax on overtime, when it goes into effect and any details?
Well,
you can't find out nothing.
It went into effect January 1st.
Okay.
And on Social Security, it's and I'm a little confused about this part myself. So it's not that there's no tax on Social Security. It's more of a what's the word? Based off of your overall income. So you get more of a deduction, if you will, before you have to start declaring income. So I think I've got this right. I might be wrong. So between your Social Security income and any pension income that you have coming in, there you get a certain amount of income that's tax-free, so to speak, before the taxes then kick in.
Okay, so might not find out exactly until I go to get my taxes done.
Correct. As far as income is concerned, again, there is a cap on that. How much overtime you earn before it starts getting that I'm not sure of. So it's not, from day one to the end of the year, all taxes, if you reach a certain point in overtime taxes, I'm going to pick a number. If your overtime wages say equal $10,000, okay, that's how much you're allowed to make in overtime in 2026 without it being taxed. So if come, say, September, you've already reached that $10,000. Any overtime you make from September on, that would be taxed. But the first $10,000 in overtime, and again, I'm picking a number. I don't know what that break point is. That breaking point is. Up to a certain point, that's tax-free, but then after that, taxes do kick back in. Only on that part after that cutoff point.
Okay. Well,
did that make sense to you?
Yeah, you know a lot more in our legislature. That told them they don't know nothing, which I don't believe. Yeah. They ain't telling you nothing, but they know.
Yeah, so that's my understanding. I might be wrong, but that's my understanding of how the overtime taxes work.
Well, you've given me the best answer so far.
Well, I hope it's the right one there, May. Part of me says, I'm not sure, but most of me says that's the way it's working.
Let's put it this way. You're the most honest.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So again, don't take my word from it. Ask your tax person how that's going to work. You. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Right.
Bye.
You have a great day, mate. Bye-bye. Hey, 724-438-4593. That's the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Give me a call. Both lines are open. And I'll come back to, what May asked. If you've got better information than what I just passed on to May, please give me a buzz. Correct me on that, or say, yeah, you're right, but there's another part to it. Whatever it is, if you've got more additional information, give me a call on that, please, okay? So 724-438-4593. Women in sports, or women's sports, men in women's sports. It also may have other whatever the decision the Supreme Court makes, and we'll know their findings. Early summer, late spring, early summers when they'll issue their rulings. Could have other far-reaching effects. So, in other words, bathroom use. Can a biological male go into a women's or girls' bathroom? Documents. So, passports. Depending on how the Supreme Court rules, could be interpreted then that, a biological male who claims to be female can put on a passport, on a driver's license, on other documents that they're female. Here's a question, though. If you're going that route, if on documentations you can legally say you're a different sex than what God created you as, will doctors be immune to medical decisions? So, in other words, there are some ailments that are predominantly found in women. Other ailments predominantly found in males. So based on that knowledge, if you don't tell the doctor, your physician, that you've transitioned, and he thinks that you are a female, he may overlook certain things because, well, that doesn't pertain to a woman. Not knowing that biologically you're a male and you're susceptible to certain things, he may not bother testing for those if he doesn't know. So now who are you harming? But if a doctor doesn't know, can you hold him liable for malpractice then? And how are you as a physician? How do you handle this with your patients? So 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. Taking a quick little break. We'll be right back after this.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture. Take the road to your perfect home.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional.
Look and you'll see there's a whole new Ford for you.
Happy New Year from Thurby's Riverside Ford. New year, new deals, and new vehicles. Just announced, new 2025 Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport come with $1,000 Ford bonus cash plus 2.9% Ford credit financing.
And the best-selling truck on the planet, the new 2025 Ford F-150 4x4 comes with $2,250 Ford bonus cash plus 2.9% financing. It may be cold outside, but the deals are hot. Are you thinking about a new 2025 Ford Maverick all-wheel drive pickup? Just announced $1,000 Ford factory incentive on all Mavericks. We have the inventory and we've got the best deals.
Stop in and see Joey, Sammy, Jimmy, or Ashley at Thurby's Riverside Ford, located 1 mile past the casino at Nemacolin. Ford credit financing required. Offer ends January 31st, 2026. Thurby's Riverside Ford, your presidential award and one Ford elite dealer.
Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown and owned by the Vernon family, wants you to know they have new hours. Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come on into Casey's and check out their new menu ideas and entrees. They can also cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126. Casey's, the best in Fayette County.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility, combined with our personalized approach, is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
Your local station, WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes. It is Open Conversation, so give me a buzz. I want to hear from you, 724-438-4593. All right, I'd asked in the first hour, I brought up about a Holland America cruise that just got back into port a couple days ago. But while on the cruise, 90 passengers and crewmen came down with a norovirus and some nasty symptoms to go along with it. And you hear about this type of thing happening on cruise ships not infrequently. So have you ever been on board, if you've taken cruises, have you ever been on board a ship where that's happened? And what's the appeal of a cruise? Especially, my parents took a number of cruises, and it was often on, they never went on the giant ones like the Disney cruises, or in this case, the Holland Cruise Line, this particular cruise, where they had over, I think it was over 3,000 passengers on it. They always went on smaller cruises. What is it? What's the appeal to larger, these mega cruises, if you will? And does the knowledge that, these neuroviruses, other viruses that we read about, again, not infrequently on cruise ships, does that give you pause at all as you start booking your trip? Or is it, kind of like, you know what? It is what it is. I'll take my chances. It doesn't happen that often. I'm not going to let it scare me away from doing something I enjoy. So what is it? But having said that, you've been on these before. It's not going to, frighten you away from other ones. What about for those of you that have never been on a cruise, but you are in the process of booking your first one? Does this news bit kind of, especially if it's going to be on the same ship, especially if it's going to be on the same ship that just docked, does it give you pause? And again, what's the draw? What's the allure of a cruise? So I mentioned I really don't have any desire to go on a large cruise ship such as this. I really don't have a desire to go cruise in the Caribbean or anything. I would, however, enjoy a coastal cruise. One that goes down the Ohio and the Mississippi and makes several stops, or the Intercoastal Waterway, which I think would be fascinating to do. Or there's all kinds of river cruises in Europe, which I think would be great to do. But again, coming back, the in the Caribbean, just it doesn't. There's no appeal to me. So let me know what it is with you that draws you towards these large cruises. 724-438-4593. Hey, how's your, we're 12 days into the new year. How's your new year going? I hope it's going well for you. I hope it's going well. The weather is, we've had some cold. We've had some nice snow. But nothing that has lingered for a long time. We've been able to go out and, have some fun, do our jobs, do errands without much trouble there. So I hope your new year is off to a good start. Some good things in your future. I really do. So give us a call about that as well. Also, looking for your thoughts on tonight's Houston Texans Pittsburgh Steelers playoff game. So you heard Mark call in earlier. Texas is on like a 9-game winning streak, I believe. Top-rated defense going up against the Steelers, who, their defense does shine at times. There's other times it's like, you are glad you don't have a brick because you'd be throwing it at the TV screen, and you say, how could they let this happen? Steelers have DK Metcalf back after a 2-game suspension, so hopefully that'll be an upgrade on the offense to go against this top-ranked defense that the Texans have. We'll see. We'll see. Mark thinks it's going to be, as long as it stays a tight game, a close game, the Steelers are going to have a chance to pull out a victory towards the end. So I'd like for that to happen as well. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm just not. So that's my hopes for tonight. Again, part of me, you know what? Part of me wants to say Steelers all the way. Yeah, they're definitely going to win. But there's just part of me, how they've been playing this year. I honestly don't. I want them to win. I won't be surprised if they lose. Let's put it that way, I guess. So what are your thoughts when it comes to the Steeler game tonight? And if they win tonight, remember, they haven't won a playoff game since, 2016? That's one of the things that Mike Tomlin was getting blasted about. Hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. If they do win tonight, that monkey comes off his back, they'll stop talking about hasn't won a game since whatever. Does this now give the Steelers a little extra confidence? Do they start, do they become more competitive? Excuse me, if they win, they travel to New England, who they beat earlier this year. Do they go into New England with a certain amount of confidence that they can do it again to get to the AFC Championship game? So let me know on that. What else you want to chat about that's out there? The ACA subsidies. Again, nothing set. Nothing. All the subsidies technically have expired. Technically, they have expired. So nothing's in play yet. Something on the way, maybe. I haven't heard what the Senate is looking to do. If they vote on it, they can vote against it. They can say no. They could come back with their own version. They could make amendments to what came out of the House. Take things out, put things back in. So whatever the Senate comes up, if it differs by one word from what the House presented, it goes back to the House for them to now vote on what the Senate said. I would imagine you've got negotiations going on between leadership in the Senate and in the House. The Senate going, hey, this is what we're looking of changing. Telling the House, this is it. If it comes back to you, where do you sit? Will it now pass the House? So there is that give and take, that negotiation taking place. So again, but nothing in place. So there you go. Hey, still looking for somebody to call in if you've got different information than what I passed on to May concerning taxes on Social Security and overtime. Give me a call. Let me know if I was right, if I was wrong, what I was wrong about, and if I'm wrong, that's fine. Just as long as we get the proper information. Going 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hey, Russ, it's Jake. How are you, sir?
Good, Jake. You?
Happy to be here. What I like to do is get a general consensus on a topic.
Okay.
So my favorite one is whether you look at Olympic athletes, wrestlers, blah, 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 the athletes who have to be super sure about their eating, their diet, they eat a bunch of times a day. Okay,
what they do? What a day?
They eat a bunch of times a day.
Okay.
So whether it's 5 times, whether it's 8 times, and some of them it's a smaller meal more times a day.
Yeah.
And other ones it's a bigger meal more times a day. It doesn't matter. It's just that every 2.5 hours, right? And the metabolism and everything. So I try to look around at all the issues and this Minnesota ice shooting. And I try to talk to some of my far right lunatic friends, and ones are even almost on the left, at least liberal. And they get the same conclusion I did. Okay, look, you hit the guy, you were going towards the guy, you were parked sideways in the road. So the whole first narrative of she wasn't doing anything, they just moved there, and she didn't know where she was driving to. Right? After 24 hours, like most of that was out the window already. And then when we finally got the ICE agent's body cam, if you will, his cell phone, most everybody that I talked to of goodwill said, "Okay, don't want it to happen, but that's what happened, and probably was going to happen. Maybe, right? You get in that position, this is going to be the end result. You start it like this, it's going to end like this." And the thing I can't figure out is how some of the people are still. I know you're going to have 10% of people who are just crazy. So they're going to say, nope, it was a bad shooting, he should go to jail for murder, blah, blah, blah. What I'm thinking, and this is leading up to my question for you, I think the rest of the people, aside from the 10% crazy, that are still saying that it's the ICE agent's fault, we're doing it to cover up the Somali fraud. Right, same place, same time period. Oh, now this is a bigger story, and we're never going to talk about the Somali fraud again. That's what it seems like.
Well,
to me,
I mean, so that might be part of it. Now, opposite that, the fraud was, the reason for the influx of ICE agents into the area is also part of that narrative. I know, those involved in the fraud or should have known about it are trying to pass the buck, pass the blame. Are they using it? Maybe. I think some of it too is, some people just, they don't want their narrative, their thoughts, their ideas countered. They don't want anything that goes against their own self-narrative. And they don't listen to it when it's presented to them.
We're really good as Americans right now at not listening, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Everybody.
If it doesn't fit my own narrative, I'm not going to listen to it. And I think that's a lot of it.
No, okay. So say 10% crazy, and they're just never going to nothing. 10% the narrative, and then if you add 10% in, from my perspective, that hey, we're all going to be in trouble here, and if you're not the politician, you're the person who supported them, and it's going to make us look bad that all this fraud went on and we didn't do anything about it. And seemingly, right, we were blaming it on racism at the beginning, right? Yeah. Wait 24 hours. Whenever a story breaks, wait 24 hours before casting a big, giant judgment on it. Say, okay, yeah, I may believe that it's like this, but hold on a second and think about it.
And I think you're hitting on something here a little bit. And I think if Paul Sunyak was in here with me right now, he would agree. It used to be you did not report the news until you had all the facts on both sides. Why did this happen? Yeah. Why did this not happen? Talking to the witnesses.
Where, when, why, and how.
Right.
Yeah.
But in this day and age where there is so many news, when I grew up, it was ABC, NBC, and CBS, and that was it. Yeah. Maybe PBS you could throw in there something. That was it. And now you've got all these internet news sources. You've got, the Atlantic, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, everybody's trying to be the first one there, and as a result, they're taking shortcuts.
And I was just going to say, who quote unquote broke the story? I know the story was done back to 2015, but Nick Shirley, he's not ABC, CBS, or NBC.
Yeah.
He's just some 23-year-old.
Legitimate
no
source,
offense,
but yeah.
But I'm just saying he made it happen, right?
Right.
If 100 million people are seeing the story because of Nick Shirley, not Fox, not Newsmate, nobody except him. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You know what? And listen to this. People. I hear them a lot today say, "Oh, where did you hear that?" And then if you say Newsmax, if you say CNN, if you say Fox, if you say MSNBC, they're discounting the story because of where it came from. And I ask if it's true or not. Don't ask first where it came from.
And with that, Jake, I got to run. So thanks for your call today. Bye-bye. Hey, got to take a quick little break. When we come back, you and I together, we'll close out hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with more calls, 724-438-4593.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
Uniontown Liquidation Outlet wants to thank you for borrowing our special Fayette 2025. Come shop with us for the lowest prices around. We have toys, home goods, tools, electronics, and much more. We offer layaway, so stop in today and ask us how it works. We are located inside the Uniontown Mall.
The Uniontown Liquidation Outlet. Visit us on Facebook, Uniontown Liquidation Outlet.
Hope to see you soon.
Do you wake up every morning with an aching back? Is it time to replace your mattress? Purchasing a new mattress can be expensive, but more than that, it can be confusing. There are just so many choices. At Chesler's Fine Furniture, sales associates can help you find the perfect mattress set at an unbelievable value. One of the truly great things about brick and mortar stores is that, at the very least, you know where they are and where they are likely to be for a while. At Chesler's, you can test the firmness and quality of every set on display. Shop now and find everyday low prices. Credit terms are available with 90 days same as cash with a minimum purchase. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, the store you know and trust, where customers send their friends. Oak Pizza in downtown Uniontown is your one-stop shop for the most unique pizzas in the region. From the masterminds behind the Fat Angelo's franchise, Oak Pizza is the laboratory where the Fat Angelo's food scientists test their creations and let you be the judge. With traditional favorites like pepperoni and buffalo chicken pizzas to more experimental offerings like the sesame seed-infused Mad Pie or the spicy chicken pickle pizza, Oak has you covered. Order today at oakpizzas.com or by calling 724-439-5805. Your taste buds will thank you. WMBS high school basketball coverage is proudly sponsored by the law firm of Goodwin Como. Voted Fayette County's best attorney, Benjamin F. Goodwin, and the award-winning Goodwin Como team have been trusted by your friends and neighbors for nearly 2 decades. From estate planning and administration to personal injury, workers' compensation, property matters, family law, and criminal defense, they deliver dedicated, personalized representation when it matters most. With 2 convenient offices in Uniontown and Bell Vernon, visit GoodwinComo.com or call them at 724-438-1616 for your free initial consultation. Goodwin Como, righting wrongs, securing justice.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation. We've got, about a minute left. 724-438-4593. 888-203-4593. Give me a buzz. I want to hear from you, whatever it may be about. Let me see. The temperature, we've got a little bit of a heat wave going, has climbed to 34 degrees out there. I think I'd still bundle up if I were you. And I am heading out the door here shortly, so I'll be bundled up. And I suggest you do the same as well. All right, Steeler football tonight here on WMBS, starting at 7:30 pregame, kickoff at 8:15. Also, prior to that, we've got high school girls basketball, Geibel versus Sierra Catholic. That's at 6 o'clock tip-off here on radio and on YouTube video. So a lot of sports here for you tonight. Hey, I'm back in this seat again tomorrow. We'll have some more open conversation. In the meantime, CBS News is next, followed by TJ with the local news, sports, and weather. This is WMBS Uniontown. At the tone, it's 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. As deadly protests grow in Iran, a source with knowledge of the talks confirms to CBS News that Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has spoken directly to U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and a meeting is under discussion. The direct talks were first reported by Axios. CBS's Stacey Lynn also reports.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president does believe there's a way to stop the violent protests in Iran without military action.
The president has shown he's unafraid to use military options if and when he deems necessary.
But she says he believes diplomacy is always the best option.
What you're hearing publicly from the Iranian regime is quite differently from the messages the administration is receiving privately. And I think the president has an interest in exploring those messages.
Stacey